Listen up. We're good, but we could be better on the defensive end. Set it up. Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. Nice work, nice work. Let's get some more shots up before we get out of here.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and trick-or-treating door-to-door with me tonight are Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's very
trick-or-treat, give me something good to eat.
And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the New York Knicks. For New York, they've got their hearts set on ringing in the new NBA season with a clean 1-0 record. And this is a team that believes they can do that. All the fine-tuning and changes of the offseason are what they hope will start to take shape starting tonight. And the ghouls and goblins are out as we're hosting here on Halloween night. Oh, that is very scary, Shaq. I see you decided not to dress for the occasion.
Well, when you're 7 feet and as sexy as I am, you don't need a costume. Plus, I took my kids trick-or-treating before I came here. Ernie, father duties.
Wow. I just remember the worst trick that I ever got in the bag.
Trick in the bag?
Trick-or-treat. Yeah, it was the worst.
Trick in the bag.
The worst trick in the bag I've ever got. I opened up the candy thinking it was going to be filled with all kinds of great things. I opened it up and worms were inside.
Oh, that's horrible. That's awesome. A horrible story.
That's awesome.
That's a terrible story.
It's horrible.
It's a very sad story.
It was hard. It was a trick in the bag.
What was your best costume?
My best costume probably when I was an adult. I came, me and my wife, Run DMC.
Oh.
I was Run. No, I was DMC. She was Run.
Yeah. How about you, Shaq? You never dress up for...
He's dressed for Halloween right now.
I'll give you a hint, Ernie. Oh.
What's that?
Chewbacca.
Oh. I didn't know that was Chewbacca's side.
Oh.
I'm going trick-or-treating again this year as Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
nice. That'll do it for now. Thanks for tuning in. I don't need a costume.
You mean Ryan Gosling?
Welcome, basketball fans. It's Halloween, and we've got a treat for you. It's the opening of the NBA season. And thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. And this matchup with the Knicks, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season. A season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
Exactly. Dispatched in the conference semis, and so they'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge in this game. They should be highly motivated.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And New York, looking at who they've got. The bulldozer, he's in at the point. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony. And it's Aflalo in at the 2. And it's good.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And so it's Boston with it. Here's Phelps. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Fires from 18. And again, it's Carmelo Anthony.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Let's send it out to DB, who caught up with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
He said a big part of this game will depend on how well they can slow down Carmelo Anthony. He added with his size and shooting ability, he can score inside and out. We're going to try a couple different coverages and show him different looks over the course of the game to try to keep him off balance. And guys, I guess we'll see how it works. Back to you.
And thank you, Doris. First trip to the line for him here.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
Both free throws good from Anthony. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Sullinger the screen. The three-pointer no good. Celtics on D. Inside. The shot by Anthony no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And he gets it to go.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Here's the bulldozer. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
One-on-one here. Passes it to Porzingis. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Sullinger outside. Feeds it to Bradley. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Sullinger. Here's the 3. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. New York leading by 4. Here's Anthony. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Austin with the ball. Here's Phelps. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Gortat's checked in for Whiteside. Mullen comes in for Sullinger. Rogers checked in for Warren. And Thomas subbed in for Avery Bradley. The Knicks also changing it up. Aron Baynes, he's checked in for Lopez. Smith comes in for Porzingis. And it's Mills in for Aaron Aflalo. Now, here is Smith. Here's the bulldozer. Off target from three-point range. Outside Thomas. Fires the 3. Josh Smith pulls it in. The Knicks leading by 5. Here's the bulldozer. And again, it's New York.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Boston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. There's a screen by Gortat. Pass to Thomas. Got a piece of it. Here's the bulldozer. He's guarded by Thomas. 1:35 left here in the opening quarter. Anthony, the pass to the bulldozer. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And that's now 7 points for Freak.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for him during the run.
Let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. Freak number 1. Second, Carmelo Anthony.
As well as these two shot the ball for a defender, guarding either one of them. It's so hard to stop them from getting their shots off.
Tyler Zeller's checked in for Boston. And New York with a change here, too. Nick Daniels checked in. Outside Thomas. 1:14 left in the first quarter of the game. The rebound by the bulldozer.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Now, here's Thomas. Tight defense on him. Gortat dishes to Mullen. Picked by Zeller. Mullen passes to Rogers. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's the bulldozer. Rebound, Boston. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Mullen. Boston again missing.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
At the elbow, Smith. Here's the bulldozer. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And Thomas, here we go. The Celtics have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
At the line for the Celtics, Isaiah Thomas.
The first one falls. The Knicks making a switch here. Celtics trail by 18. They've got Avery Bradley. Warren is out there with Jared Sullinger. Then there's Whiteside. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. Follow against Bradley. Lets it go from 11. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. 6 points for Jared Sullinger. On the wing of Flalo. Pass to Porzingis. New York moving it around. That's good. And it's 13 points for Freak.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Here's Bradley. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Dishes to Sullinger. To the inside, the bulldozer powered down after the assist led him into the lane.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Sullinger the screen. Here's Phelps. That 3 off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
And the Celtics with possession here. They need this. Tips it, but no good.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
He's feeling it. And again, another shot trained there from the bulldozer. The bulldozer's got 7 now in this quarter. The Celtics have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Right side a screen. Here's Bradley. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
So it's Boston now. Here's Phelps. In it goes. That's his 3rd bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
1:51 left in the second quarter. And again, it's New York.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here, the 2K leaderboard with last season's top rebounding teams. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
Celtics making a switch here. Gortat's checked in. Aron Baynes, he's checked in for New York. Here's Sullinger. The baseline jumper goes down. Sullinger's got 6 here in this quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Here's Anthony. Here's Porzingis. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Porzingis has got 6 points.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Bradley. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And even 3-on-3 break. Shoots from the baseline. And again, it's New York.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
To the middle, here's Gortat. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Complete domination. What a game for the Bulldozer. He has 17 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
And he knocks down the first one. Both teams deciding to change it up. And he makes both free throws. 44 seconds left now here in the second. Now here's Thomas. Defense right on him. Pick by Zeller. Outside Thomas. Zeller setting the pick for Thomas. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist by Thomas.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
To the wing on the left. From past the arc. Zeller grabs the board. Rogers. And no good trying to get that one. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Knicks just dominating this one. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
New York's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And on the floor for Derek Fisher as we get into the second half. The Bulldozer in at point guard. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And the Celtics with possession here after New York gets the 3. Up top, Sullinger. And that one goes long. New York's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Took him no time at all on that one. And that's 15 points for Carmelo Anthony. The Celtics shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. The dish to Sullinger. The Knicks pull it in. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Anthony. Buries it down low. Anthony's got 17 now.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
The pass to Warren. Right side a screen. Here's Phelps. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Pass to the Bulldozer. No luck, and it's Boston the other way.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Aflalo, that's good. Aflalo's got his first points of the game.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Bradley. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
The bulldozer, and again it's New York. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Now here's Bradley. Over to the wing. Sullinger the screen. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
And the Celtics with possession here, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Here's the bulldozer. Flushes it down to finish the break.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
And the Knicks with possession here after Jared Sullinger's miss. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to the bulldozer. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. Rebound Boston.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Whiteside sets the pick for Warren to stop the drought. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more.
Substitution on the
The Celtics have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Whiteside is out there with Mullen. Then there's Avery Bradley. Then there's Rogers. That's the Boston 5. They set the pick. Kicks it to Mullen. There's the feed to Bradley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Rogers. Connects from three-point range.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
The bulldozer passes to Galloway. The 3-ball. And he hits the triple. 3 points there on the shot from the bulldozer. The bulldozer's got 26 points. Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here is Rogers. Here's Whiteside. It's rebounded by New York. Baynes has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's the bulldozer, guarded by Bradley. The 11-footer, and good on the basket. Book it.
Well, that was like a warm-up shot there, a warm-up jumper. No problem converting that one.
Feeds to Mullen. He kicks it to Bradley. There's a screen. Pass to Rogers. Whiteside, high post. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Here's the bulldozer, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Back to Mullen.
That's the wall.
Cannot hit, and New York will come the other way. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Lee's checked in for Mullen. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Smith is checked in. And so it's Boston with it. Picked by Zeller. Lee against Smith. Rebound by the Bulldozer. The Bulldozer's got his 4th rebound in this one. McDaniels passes to the Bulldozer. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. The Bulldozer's got 12 points here in the second half.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
And McDaniels with the block.
Stay down. Stay down.
Good shot, gentlemen. That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Celtics,
and he makes the first. Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Boston. And both free throws good from Crowder. The Knicks have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the 4th quarter. Terrific shooting.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Knicks.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for the Bulldozer. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team. Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Now here's Thomas. Picked by Lee. Outside Thomas. Screen by Lee. Just 3 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. And Baynes pulls it down. Down low. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
And Thomas, here we go.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll send it up to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who is standing by for the post-game show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
When Freak puts it all together, it's no contest to who the best player on the court is. He was outstanding tonight. His feel and understanding of the game were on display.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. Okay, we're good on the drills for now. Let's make sure we're getting better every day.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trail Blazers up against the Knicks in New York. For New York, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And Kenny, tonight we have two of the more veteran rosters in the league competing. Obviously, a lot of experience out there on the floor. What kind of game do you think we'll see with all these vets?
Well, with vets, you're going to see good floor spacing, guys who take care of the basketball, and they're going to get back on the defensive end. You don't have to coach guys like that. You just let them go. You're going to be doing all the little things that make the big difference in winning and losing.
You're right, Kenny, because both teams have seen everything. No one's getting fooled out there, Ernie. Comes down to who can make the big shots.
With the tip-off approaching, it's time to go courtside and Kevin Harlan.
And just before the game, the championship ring was distributed to the players by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. And a proud moment indeed for this team and their fans.
Robin Lopez. Carmelo Anthony.
Live from New York at the home of the Knicks, it's the NBA. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against the Celtics in Boston. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Farouk Amino is out there with Davis. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. Now here's Cantor. The shot by Lillard wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's Anthony using his post move to get the 2 points. Anthony's got his first bucket in this one.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And it's Wade penetrating the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Passes it to the Bulldozer. Dishes to Anthony. The pass to the Bulldozer. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Lillard attacking. And it's Lillard again missing.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Here's the Bulldozer. Buries the long-range jumper. The Bulldozer's got 8.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
On up the court. And that one's good by Lopez.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Lillard. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wade. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
They drew a lot of fouls in that game, guys, and that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Just lacked discipline defensively, Greg. I mean, that's why they got a lot of free points at the charity stripe.
Now, here's Cantor. Pass to Wade to stop the run, and the jumper is good. Wade's got his second basket of the night.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The Bulldozer passes to Carmelo. A follow outside. Here's the Bulldozer, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
And it really starting to look like they're going to have one of those days where nothing goes wrong.
Well, Greg, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far. stretching the lead into double digits already.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season.
Many guys with quick feet and quick hands on that team. I mean, they put relentless pressure on the opponent. And as a result, they came up with an awful lot of steals. I mean, this team has been very impressive defensively.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Aron Baynes, he's checked in for Lopez. Smith comes in for Porzingis. And it's Mills in for Aron Aflalo.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Kevin Martin on the wing. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Here's Baynes. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Rivers, he's checked in for Portland. And he makes both free throws. Trailblazers trail by 13. We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. Doris, what's the news there?
Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. What he is hoping for is to throw different looks at Melo to keep him out of his rhythm and to try to work from there.
Thanks, Doris. The Knicks leading by 11. 104 left to play in the first quarter. And he gets it to go.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Now here's Rivers. Defense is right there. Martin with the bucket.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
New York's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Here's Mills. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Mills has got his first basket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And so it's New York with it, following the miss by Martin from deep. He goes up again. Good. Mills has got his second bucket of the night.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Here's Wade. 20 points for him last game against Detroit.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Next. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard. He explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his... So, New York going with almost an entire new group here. Aron Baynes, he's checked in for Lopez. Anthony comes in for Porzingis. Mills, he's checked in for Aron Aflalo. And it's the Bulldozer in for Langston Galloway. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Cantor. Luke Babbitt comes in for Davis. Wade, he's checked in for Al Farouk Aminu. And it's Austin Rivers in for Martin. The Bulldozer in at point guard. Aron Baynes out there with Smith. Then it's Anthony, and it's Mills in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Back to Lillard. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
A moment now to see the stats for Wade. He's coming off an excellent season. 7th in assists, 19th in steals, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And last season, his floor awareness was impeccable. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everybody involved.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, just take a look at what Lillard's done tonight. He has 11 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
Both shots good from the stripe.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Out to the right wing. To the paint. Babbitt dishes to Wade. That one a little long.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And he gets it to go. Rivers has got his first 2 points of the night.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Here's the bulldozer, covered by Lillard. And here's Mills for 3. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Mills has got 7 points in the game. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics put on a show. He had 40 points, and the basket must have looked like an ocean to him as he nailed 3 after 3. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
And there's the feed to Babbitt. He kicks it to Wade. Lillard outside. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Knicks leading by 13. 29 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Shots good by Baynes. Baynes has got 4 this quarter.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Plumlee with the screen. Clock at 6. Babbitt's shot is off. Here's the bulldozer. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threat.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
What a game we've seen here for the bulldozer. He's got 19 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
Trailblazers trail by 17, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Al Farouk Aminu. Davis is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Wade in at the 2. Inside, out to Anthony. Pass to the Bulldozer. Lets it go from deep. And again, New York with the triple.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
And pushing it up, here's New York. Here's Lopez, finished off the break. Lopez has got 6 points.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Feeds it to Lillard.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second chance points. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Clearly some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. And it's Amino in the corner. Offensive rebound, Davis. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Trailblazers have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. And the first one drops. And New York making a change here. Galloway's checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. The Trailblazers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. There's the screen. Rivers kicks to Babbitt. He feeds it to Aminu. Just 5 on the clock. Rivers passes to Plumlee. No good off the front iron.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Smith right side. Mills with it. He has 7, the Bulldozer. And again, New York with the triple.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. There's the steal. Anthony drives in, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
Right side, Martin. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Clock at 6. Here's Rivers. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. They'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
And New York making a change here. McDaniels checked in, and Portland with a change here too. Wade, he's checked in for Martin. They get it back. Shots good by Baynes. Baynes has got 8.
They have got to box out better than that. That putback's just another example of what a difference there's been between these two teams.
Plumlee with the screen. Here's Babbitt, covered by Smith. Back to Wade. From deep. from beyond the arc and then some. He's got 9.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Knicks ending the third quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Knicks shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. The bulldozer, he's in at the point. Aron Baynes out there with McDaniels, and it's Kelly in at the 4. That's the 5 for New York right now. Abbott, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's the bulldozer. He's guarded by Rivers. Baynes. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Anthony Bennett.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Shooting for New York, Aron Baynes. At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Singler, he's checked in for Luke Abbott. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Now Wade. Bennett setting the pick for Wade. Lets it go from deep. The shot is off, so New York will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Kicks to Baynes. Now the dish to Kelly. The bulldozer passes to Baynes, and the layup's good off the glass.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Out to the right wing. Here's Rivers. The Knicks pull it in. Here's the bulldozer. Inside. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Baynes has got 6 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Rivers dishes to Singler. Here's Bennett. The 19-footer is on the money.
Bennett. Assisted.
Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator. But I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
Here's Rivers. And Baynes pulls it down. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
And now the Knicks on the break. Stolen by Rivers. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And it's Wade penetrating. Here's Singler. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we mean by playing for your teammates.
Galloway, the pass to the bulldozer. Pulls up. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Now here's Rivers. And here's Wade. There's a screen. And a fast break now for New York. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Passes it to the Bulldozer. And again, New York with the triple.
They have got to get a hand in his face. I mean, he's unconscious from out there.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Wade on the wing from deep. It's rebounded by New York. Baynes has got 5 rebounds tonight. Down low. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boys. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Wade with no one around. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Now the Knicks with it. They're on a 16-6 run. To the paint. And Baynes kicks to Kelly. New York moving the ball around. Here's the Bulldozer, and again it's New York.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Knicks.
But Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for the Bulldozer. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Zingas, he's checked in for the Knicks. Smith comes in for Langston Galloway. Portland also making some changes. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Singler. Martin comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Austin Rivers. Lillard misses.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
Baynes and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow. Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
A remarkable 27 points from three-point land for him. With that kind of long-range shooting, easy to understand why they came out on top. When a team has a single player accounting for 9 three-pointers, that usually makes for a successful night.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.